What's up, everybody? Weston here with the Hidden Given, back with another daily deck tech video, and today this dry winter Iowa air is killing me, so I will try to get through this one without sounding like complete crud. So, without further ado, who do we have here? We have Jetmir Nexus of Revels. This is going to be a medium budgeted deck at about $523.65, and as always, feel free to substitute out any cards you don't want or things that are outside your budget. That's what I do. For example, the Toph deck I did, in here, the budget's 700. Mine's more around 250. But let's get into Jetmir, because that's what this is all about. Jetmir Nexus of Revels is a 5/4 for 1 generic and Naya. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and have vigilance as long as you control 3 or more creatures. Creatures you control also get +1/+0 and have trample as long as you have 6 or more creatures. And creatures you control get +1/+0 and have double strike as long as you control 9 or more creatures. So he is a go wide commander through and through. And he's in Naya, so you can probably guess what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be making some tokens. So let's get straight into how we're going to win, shall we? Now, a lot of cards in here are ones that I truly enjoy. And I'll kind of highlight those ones out and why I really, really like them. But first of all, we have a classic commander card. We have Adeline, Resplendent Cathar. Vigilance, her power is equal to the number of creatures you control, and whenever you attack for each opponent, you create a 1/1 white human creature token. That's tapped and attacking that player or planeswalker they control. And although she is not as good as she used to be, she is a still perfectly fine and acceptable choice for go-wide decks. Then we have Anim Pakal, Thousandth Moon. I actually really love this card. I'm building in Arena right now. And Anim Pakal is a 1/2 for 3. Whenever you attack with 1 or more non-gnome creatures, put a 1/1 counter on Anim Pakal. Then create X/1/1 gnome creatures that are tapped and attacking for X, the number of 1/1 counters on Anim Pakal. So, you get it out there. Early on, you start really pumping out other dudes and then having them attack and, int. And then you have Anim Pakal become enormous while generating a bunch of gnomes. Then we have Arasta, which is one of my favorite cards in Commander. The card's not super great, but I love it. I love this card. I like everything about it. It's a 3/5 for 4, and whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, you get a 1/2 spider token with reach, so you can block some native flyers. Being a 1/2 token is also really useful because a lot of people play like things that ping for 1 to get rid of tokens. Now they gotta ping for at least 2. We got Avicen's Pilgrim, who is a mana dork. We got Badger Mole Cub, which is whenever you tap a creature for mana, add a double mana, add an additional green. It also earthbends 1. This card is in here to synergize with Jaheira, Friend of the Forest, which is tokens you control, have, tap, add 1 green, so you can add an obscene amount of mana. And yes, Badger Mole Cub is $70. It is one of the high budget cards in this deck, and if you look, of the $523, this one is taking up a not insignificant portion of that budget. We have Balin the Haymaker. Tap 2 and tap tokens you control, add 1 mana of any color. Tap 3 to draw a card, and tap 4, put 3 1/1 counters on Balin the Haymaker. It gains trample until end of turn. Birds of Paradise, also known as a mana dork. We've got Llanowar Elves and Delighted Halfling, also as mana dorks. We've got Boromir. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, you counter it. He has vigilance, and you can sack him to make all your stuff indestructible and have Learning tempt you. Jaheira we already went over. Then we have Ginny Faye, Jetmir's second. Gotta have the second in command. If you would create 1 or more tokens, you may instead create that many 2/2 green cat creature tokens with haste, and that many 3/1 dog creature tokens with vigilance. We have Mentor Unique, which is whenever another creature you control with power 2 or less enters, pay 1 draw a card, so your tokens become value engines. We have Mondrak, Glory Dominus. He is also eating up a good portion of his budget. He's a 4-drop that if 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, you create twice that many. You can also sack 2 of those, or 2 artifacts as well, and put an indestructible counter on Mondrak. Mondrak is another card that I absolutely love. I opened up an obscene amount of Phyrexia All Would Be 1 because I really, really, really like the aesthetics of the Phyrexians, and I opened a bunch of these, so I lucked out. Ocelot Pride. You know it, you love it. It has First Strike and Lifelink and Ascend. It's a 1/1 for 1. Beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, you create a 1/1 white cat. And then if you have the City's Blessing, which for those of you who don't know what Ascend is, if you have 10 or more permanents, you get the City's Blessing, and then you always have it. If you have the City's Blessing, for each token you control that entered the battlefield this turn, create a token that's a copy of it. We have Fabine, Boss's Confidant, which is creature tokens have haste. And then Parlay, at the beginning of combat on your turn, each player reveals the top card of their library. For each land card revealed this way, you get a green 1/1 white citizen token. And then when creatures you control get creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn for each non-land card revealed this way. Then each player draws a card. So they get to draw a card, you get to probably kill them. That's how that goes if you have enough stuff. We have Riss. Riss is a classic. He creates tokens, he doubles tokens. Then we have Scoot Swarm. I love this card. I love this card with all of my heart. I love the art on this card. I love this card. And my wife when she plays Arena, her Brawl deck is a Scoot Swarm based like landfall deck. Of course, it makes a 1/1 green bug, and if you have 6 or more lands, its landfall turns into a copy of Scoot Swarm. And you can just have a billion Scoot Swarms out there and then get blown up by Wrath of God. But you know what? We're not going to worry about that today. We're going to be partying, vibing, and we're going to have good times only. Tender Shoot Dryad, another classic commander card. He has Ascend, so if you have 10 or more, but at the beginning of each upkeep, not just yours, create a 1/1 Sapperling, and when you have the City's Blessing, Sapperlings get +2/+2. We have Torrens, Fist of the Angels. He's a 2/2 for 3. He has training whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power. Put a 1/1 counter on this creature. And whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 green and white soldier token with training. We have 9 sorceries in here. We have Blasphemous Act. We have some ramp in Cultivate, Farseek, Kodama's Reach, Nature's Lore, and Rampant Growth. And then we have some bomb spells. So first, I'm going to talk about this one. Pest Infestation. I love this card. I don't see it get played enough. It is really, really good and really, really fun. And you get these adorable little bugs. So you can destroy up to X target artifacts or enchantments. And then you create twice that many black and green pest creature tokens with when this creature dies, you gain a life. So they can chump block and gain you life in addition to dumping a bunch of them on the field. Then we have Finale of Glory, which is create X 2/2 soldiers. If it's 10 or more, you create 4/4 angels instead. White Sun's Twilight, which is both token creation and removal. You can gain X life, create X 1/1 colorless mites with Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. And if X is 5 or more, destroy all other creatures. So what you can do, if you want to try to end the game, you have your indestructible Mondrak out there, right? Have a Badger Mole and Jaheira, if you're probably already in a winning position, but this will help secure as well. If you have a bunch of tokens out there that can tap for mana, use them, use all your lands. Make sure you're not playing into a counterspell though. Blow up the world and have like a bazillion little mites and then just poison everybody to death. Instance, we have Spider Fog in here, Arachnogenesis. You create X1/2 spiders where X is the number of creatures attacking, and you prevent all combat damage would be dealt this turn by non-spider creatures. We have Artifact Mutation, destroy target artifact, can't be regenerated. Then you make Sapperlings where X is the artifact's mana cost. Aura Mutation, destroy target enchantment, create. This is just Artifact Mutation, but for enchantments. You create tokens. For removal, we got Beast Within, Generous Gift, Path to Exile. Then we also have Eladmeri's Call, which is search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, like your Mondrak. Grand Crescendo, you make a bunch of citizens, and then creatures you control get indestructible. We have Heroic Intervention, makes your stuff indestructible. Second Harvest, make a copy of each token that you control. Secure the Waste, you can become the Lord of Arrakis and make yourself a whole bunch of White Warrior Sand, tokens. We have Sunring Growth, destroy target artifact or enchantment, and then you populate, which is create a token that's a copy of another creature token. And then, of course, Swords. Artifacts, we've got Chromatic Lantern, we've got Skull Clamp to create value. You can't have a token that Skull Clamp. We got Soul Ring in here. And then we have Oketch's Monument, which is white creature spells cost 1 less to cast, and whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 white warrior creature token with Vigilance. Enchantments, we have Assemble the Legion, makes us some soldiers. We have Awakening Zone, makes us some Eldrazi. We have Champions from Beyond. which is when it enters, create X when one white colorless hero creature tokens. Light Party, whenever you attack with 4 or more creatures, scry 2, draw a card. And then whenever you attack with 8 or more creatures, those creatures get +4/+4. So it's a helpful like overrun effect. Cryptolith Right is like Jaheira. It makes it so your tokens tap for mana. Doubling Season, of course, is in here along with Parallel Lives. Fires if you have a Maya, creatures you control have haste, and you can sacrifice it to target creature get +2/+2 turn. Growing Rights of Itlamok, which becomes a Gaia's Cradle we have at home. Intangible Virtue to give our tokens buffs. Mirai's Wake to double our mana for our X spells and give our tokens buffs. And Rhythm of the Wild. So, you know, non-token creatures you control have Riot, so you can give some of your non-token creatures haste, but it's mostly in here so that way your things like non-direct don't get countered. Then we have our lands. I did not put a Vendo in this deck. You can definitely put a Vendo in this deck. The Gaia's Cradle we have at home from Edge of Eternities, but I did put Abandoned Air Temple in. You can put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, and then, you know, pretty budgety besides that. We did put the Shock Lands in this one. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think he's pretty straightforward Go Light Commander. I didn't play New Capana all that much, so I hadn't really heard of him until I was like searching for my Christmas themed decks, and I'm like, what's something for family? And he didn't quite make the cut. Didn't quite make the cut, but I liked him well enough that I wanted to make a deck about it. So, as always, I'm Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.